Hey YouTube, it's Taki with TaqiTech. Thank you so much for clicking and deciding to watch this video and coming with me on this journey of completing this project, and I hope you learn a lot from this project. Today we're going to, on this video here in this episode, we're going to finally make this new sheet name not only a module level variable but a project level variable, and that's going to change quite a few of our subroutines. So we're going to need to go through the project and update all those as well. So first things first, let's go here and let's do this. Control that and put that up here, and we can get rid of it here, and we'll make this public. So now that it's available throughout the whole project. Now, this is a function. We're returning the name of the new sheet. And let me take a look here. I think we're going to go back to our main. And basically what we need is the new sheet name to be here. And we already declared it up here as well for the whole module. So we could get rid of this line of code because it's already going to be there. And we don't even really need that to be a function. We just need to call it in it just to run the instructions of the routine. So basically what it was doing before is it was initializing that variable with whatever was returned when we ran the newSheet function. Now we just need to run the newSheet function and we don't need to return anything. So let's go back here to our Sheets module. We get rid of this and we could just call this a public subroutine. Okay. And as you see here, right when I changed it from function to sub, the compiler here, the VBA compiler, was smart enough to change end function to end sub. So that's pretty cool. I'm just gonna give it a quick save real quick. And now we're gonna go through our whole project, and we're going to take a look and see wherever we use this new sheet name to make sure wherever we're passing it in as a parameter, we no longer need to do that. So I'm going to pull up the find again, and that one is fine because that's where we're going to initially give it its name from the input box, and that one is fine because we're naming a sheet in a workbook, whatever we told it to be called in the input box. And this is fine as well because we're actually calling the actual worksheet. Alright, so make header. So I'm just going to cancel this. We're going to go to header, make header. We no longer need this. And we have to change these two variables right here to new sheet name. And then we see the capital S and capital N, knowing that we spelled it correctly. There we go. Let's go back to our, I think we were in the names method. Let's do Control F again, new sheet name, and let's find next here. That one is fine. Okay, so this one we need to fix. Matter of fact, why don't we just do this? So I'm going to hit cancel on this. We'll take this off, and let's search for make header wherever we call make header, and it's going to be called quite a few times here because for every, well, at least about five times probably. Each time we decide to make a header, we're going to be calling that. So let's get that there. Okay. Jump in the code here, take this out. Take this out. Take this out. And alright, so there's our make header. gender and name. So what are we doing here? We're doing combo check. That's fine. That is fine as well. That is fine. That is fine. Okay, so whenever we're calling the make header function now, we're only using just one parameter, meaning we're only passing in one variable for it to use, and that's the name of the header. I'm going to pause the video as we continue to search. I'm just going to change this here to, and I think if we hit this drop down here, here we go right here. So I'm just going to continue the search, and I'll unpause it whenever we find something that needs to be changed. Okay, so I think I got it all here, and I'm going to hit cancel real quick on that search. Let's try to run this and see what we get here. Hopefully we get exactly what we had before. Okay, now it's saying user defined type. So let me troubleshoot this. I'm gonna pause it, and I'll let you know what changes I make when I come back. So the issue we're having here, it looks like there might be a variable that wasn't declared correctly. One of the things that I noticed here was that some of the functions, some of the new modules that we made, we didn't write option explicit at the top. I'm not sure if this is going to make a difference or not, but it is something that I do want at the top of each of my modules. So I'm making sure to add it now. And this may also help us in figuring out what exactly the issue is here, because from what I can see here, all our variables look okay. So what I'm going to do again is just pause the video as I continue to troubleshoot this, and as soon as I make any changes, I will unpause it. So one minor thing that I found, this isn't most likely this isn't the problem, but I decided an E, I had copy and paste names, so I put an E on there for paste. So this is public. Let me just take a look real quick while we have it running. Determine data is public. So I'm just going through making sure that all these subroutines are public. New sheet down in sheets is public. So I'm going to pause it again as I continue to troubleshoot. Okay, so maybe I found it, maybe I didn't. So there is a subroutine called format new header. I moved it inside of the header module, and it was the new sheet name was being passed into it, and it was accepting the parameter here in the subroutine. So we'll see if that fixes it or not. And if not, then I'll keep on troubleshooting here. Nope. Okay. So pause, back to pausing the video here. Well, I'm not experienced enough, I guess, to be able to pull off all the refactoring that we did without there being issues. And I am experienced enough to know that if I've been looking at something for 10 to 15 minutes and I haven't found it yet, that I need to take a break and come back and do it. And that's what I would always suggest for you. So I'm going to go work on something else, and then I'll come back and take a break, and we'll take a break, and then after that I'll come back and hopefully find the problem, and we'll start recording, and that will be for the next video. One of the things that I do want to mention here is a couple of mistakes that were made on this project in hindsight. One is I really should have seen that like new sheet name should have been a public variable from the jump start, especially when I was declaring it so much. And there were a few other things that could have been named better, that should have been or other variables that should have been promoted higher. But that's part of looking back, and I don't really think there was any fault. I just didn't see it at the time because I was focused on other things. And if you work with a team, those are things that come out when you work with a team. The other thing is you don't want to make so many changes and not run your project in between. And I knew better than that. And I was thinking ahead of time, but all the changes pretty much made sense for me, and I felt real comfortable making those changes. I probably should have ran it a few times, especially once every time we created a new module. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys watching. Hope you learned something, at the very least, troubleshooting. And until next time, take it easy.